We had talked about this for about a week and a half, and here we sit. XRP at exactly $2.80, the price level we were discussing. Now, we did get a wick past that yesterday. We came back down, did some retesting, and right now XRP is actually building a bullish formation, showing us we may in fact have more upside. And I do want to talk about the potential of that here. We also need to discuss something huge that has been taking place in terms of whales, including all-time highs. So if you guys are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So I think we first started talking about $2.80 XRP back here around like the first couple days of July. And, here we sit now on the 12th in some much higher zip codes. It's great to see nice 20+% extension in terms of XRP. And despite the volatility that we saw yesterday, despite the sell-offs, XRP did a very good job of holding onto basically a 7.25% day, one of the larger around the top assets in the crypto market. Now, what I will say is when we look at the hourly chart in terms of XRP, guys, we are building a bullish formation here. This is an ascending triangle for those that aren't familiar. And what this is showing us is that potentially by around midday today, we could see a bullish extension out of this. This is a bullish formation. Doesn't always have to play out that way. We could get a bearish extension here, especially if the market shows some signs of weakness today. And what I will say is that it's the weekend. We have no institutional money. It's going to be solely dependent on retail and sentiment. And do they have enough confidence to move the crypto markets? Right now, it's just after 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to see what the overwhelming trend is for the day. And hopefully it's a bullish one. I would love for us to, again, gather some momentum heading into crypto week, where we have the potential for legislation, where we have the potential, the potential for good macro reports. That's kind of where we're at. Now, it isn't really surprising that XRP has done what it's done here. And why that is on a fundamental level, all we're seeing from XRP is strength. Strength. First of all, we actually had the second largest day of exchange supply removal since March, just the other day. This was back on the 10th, $90.13 million worth of XRP removed from exchanges. Now, obviously, we had a couple inflow days here and there. We had $48.94 million in inflows yesterday, $27.76 million in inflows back on the 8th. But the overwhelming trend, again, continues to be hoarding and removal. And so what we're seeing is there are some thin levels of liquidity. XRP can, in fact, despite being, $165 billion market cap, which is now flipped Tether once again, love to see it, it can still move and have these just sizable days. Actually, you just take a look at XRP, apart from XLM, it's had the second best 24 hours in the top 20 assets. So that's a very good and promising sign there. Now, what I will say here as well as helping us is we are seeing some new all-time highs in terms of whales. So what we are now seeing is 2,743 wallets hold 1 million XRP. This is the highest of all time. So a lot of people right now are betting on the future. They're seeing the things that are being done with XRP Ledger, the partnerships that are being put in place by Ripple, all these steps forward, and they are betting that we are going to see some significant pushes moving forward. Now, obviously, nobody knows what's going to happen for sure. Doesn't always mean that, remember, price is going to be straight up and to the right? What I will say here as well is 47.32 billion coins are held by wallets holding at least 1 million XRP. So this is very close to an all-time high as well. I think the actual all-time high was in the earlier part of July, but there's a lot of things to love here. USDT dominance breaking down, BTC dominance showing some weakness here as well. You guys can see we're kind of in that load phase before trying to make a further extension to the downside. It's a question of, can we get that push? Can we get that retail confidence? There are a lot of positive signs we're seeing from the market right now. I will say Fear Greed Index has gotten into the greed phase now. Alt season index is actually up to a 27. It was up to a 30, but we saw a little bit of retracement off of yesterday's highs. But for the most part, we're looking just fine. All right. Don't know what to expect from the weekend, especially with such a large pump from the back half of the week leading into the weekend. That's where you always have the potential for some retracements and profit taking and things like that. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully this continues to build. Hopefully retail confidence remains high, and hopefully we can see some big old green candles next week. So I appreciate you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.